guard spot out Matthew. They're trying to fight for the 15-minute room. Matthew be able to grab it, throws out the Aether Remnant. Missile Moo going up the cliffside here. He's gonna be able to get himself the bounty rune. The other port and found. They have their eyes on Leo's side. They know that he doesn't have exorcism. They've got the Mask of Madness online too for Moo, but perhaps they just want to finish up this tower. It's already sitting very low. Of course, being close to they want this fight. They don't have their Ursa though.
Yeah, I think they probably want to meet up with him top. They're playing directly on a ward too, and they know it.
Dragon though from Matthew. They see this opening.
I gotta say, I love how Matthew's playing this Void Spirit. He's being very annoying with the like jump in where it looks like he's gonna go for a play and then he immediately just gets out with the dissimulate. Like it's such a space creation tactic. It's kind of like how we were seeing Snowfield. I mean, I know they were losing, but on Ember, or was he Void Spirit? I don't remember. He was one of the spirits. He does the same thing. He just like plays kind of on the edge and just makes a ton of space and wastes a ton of the enemy team's time.
He's playing right on top of this ward too. They know exactly where they are. Matthew, light comes out. Just gonna be able to dodge a snowball. A little bit over here at 9. They'll go and drop the egg on the side close to Stampede. Matthew looking, but he's going to get linked up by the Grimstroke. Turning their attention over here to Moose. Egg will pop. They'll find the kill. Leo's down the back line. He's not quite enough to take out 9. He's still alive. Crash going in for the duel. He's not going to be able to get enough damage. Very, very close, though, as now Moo. Last man standing here trying to get away. That charge on the urn is ticking him down, and Frank, he wants it. Is he fast enough, though? This is a very fast urn, so the Aegis will indeed pop. Frank gets in position, waiting to get him to stop.
It's hard. It's really hard.
It is hard.
I'm not even sure what the wind-up time is on that ability.
It's like 3 years.
1.2 seconds or something, like 1.286 seconds. How do you time that?
A lot of practice and muscle memory, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
The only thing I... Very nice fight going over the side of Thunder Predator. Smoke coming out from Business Associates. Charge here.
I'm waiting for MNC to really start committing to fight them.
Is he?
Oh.
I guess he was trying to path over the trees. Not gonna find anyone else though.
Brax is still smoked, so they're going for it, and so is Fear.
Look at MNZ. It's like, I feel like they're on their way. I would just TP out, but feeling greedy. Perhaps too greedy.
Really? They see him? They saw him with the ward?
Yeah, they definitely saw him. They picked him out. And yeah, there's gonna be the call down. It's not really gonna do a whole heck of a lot when you've got the rest of the team here. They want to get this dual damage. MNZ though, he does manage to get the kill on Fear before he gets taken down, but that's multiple damage placed over on Brax. And a little bit of a fight going on as they see this opening, and they'll find the opportunity to jump on 9.
Well, that would be very good for the Business Associates, just because this gyro needed to die. But 9 getting picked off in the mid lane as that's happening is very unfortunate. That's another golden goose kill for the Dire. You know, it's basically 1 for 1, and then a support died. So favoring a little bit Thunder Predator.
I mean, that was a great intuition, or not intuition, but just like great pickoff. You see that your core is getting jumped bottom, but you happen to see the other core right on the side of the enemy team in the mid lane by himself for the most part.
True, yeah.
That's the time to jump. That's the time to make something happen, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at this, they've got the sentry ward over here on the side. They can see Nine's trying to make his way over. They have more vision over on the side. They jump forward with break, the silence, the sunray, everything that gets you see. And now they found moves as Matthew just jumping forward. Not gonna be able to quite find a double damage over here on Brax. Have to catch someone really out of position, although Matthew is being slowed down. Leo's down, nice silence thrown out. Is gonna be linked up here, but the rest of Business Associates had enough. They're trying to leave now. Don't have that Aether Remnant or a step on Matthew, so it looks like they'll be able to get away. Leaves MNC with a little time to farm over here in the mid lane.
Thunder Predator's doing a really good job at punishing Nine for walking up high grounds like this. Like, they just have so much sentry cover. They're tracking him at all points. He is not able to get the pickoffs, which he's normally very good at doing. But Thunder Predator really predicting his movements. Like, but 2 times now, he just walks around invis and then gets killed.
I feel like that's one of the problems when you play the same hero repeatedly in matches. It's just people start to, they catch on to your patterns. They know how you want to play it. They know, you know, where you're going to be popping in, and they can really, you know, anticipate those moves. Thunder Predator though, mid lane. They saw Nine. They see Moo. Oh no, Moo. Sunray, silence, dragging him in. Exorcism comes out. Plus the Stampede, they'll be able to take down Moo. They'll chase after Nine next night. Sharks though coming through, block a little bit. And now Nine, he's tornadoed up in the air. Do they have more detection? It's not looking super great. That's going to be the egg coming out right the pyramid as Moose will be the sacrifice.
Yeah, unfortunate that there's no way, if Brax is top, to take off the DP silence from Moo. So he is just, I mean, silence is one of the big veins of Ursa's existence, you know. It's like the whole point of this hero is he's great against these stuns because you have Enrage, which has status resist, but silence, you can't do anything.
You has to be careful. Nine was trailing him, but again, it's very tricky to hold down this hero. So the cold snap does connect. Got the missile coming out over here onto Brax. Tornado from Nine will slow them down to retreat on the side of Business Associate.
Yeah, this whole time, Leo Style and Frank just kind of farming up a storm. Bit of space for them, and you can see they're getting a gold lead because of this, of said space.
Huh, this is cool. Leo Styles' second item here is going to be Heaven's Halberd.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, this item. I mean, I love this item. I think it's just such a strong item. If you look at the stats on it, it gives like so many stats compared to like just a song. And so the question is always like, where do these stats come from? When you upgrade an item and you just combine it with another item, and then there's all of a sudden like new stats from nowhere. Like there's no recipe, nothing like that. So it's a little weird. And also the fact that it gives this this healing amplification on a hero like Death Prophet who has Spirit Siphon plus Exorcism. It's really nice. And then you're against an Ursa and a Legion, two right click heroes. So that's gonna keep you alive against them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Man, I love how Matthew's using these Aether Remnants to be able to scout out early, you know, be able to take down vision. Really kind of a neat way to be able to play this hero. I feel like commonly we're seeing it a lot being played in the mid lane. Okay, alright, Matthew, immediately to dissimulate though.
He's so
backs off, they've got the Spirit Siphon. Or not the Siphon, sorry, the Vessel Charge dropped on him. Who is here? BKB comes in from MNZ though. I don't think they were expecting that. They'll turn around, they're going to be able to take down Nine very, very quickly. Frank going in and he's finding that kill over onto Brax. He gets dueled up and now Moo, he's trying to fight his way through. He's stacking up, they're kiting him. Left and right, onto a fall, and that'll be a dead move to boot. All because they went on Matthew, who is here, and they clean up.
You wouldn't believe Matthew's playing with any ping. Legitimately, like, how does he... I get timing against the snowball, but the Grim Bug, while you're also cold snapped, like, he had a very small window to press his dissimulate. And
the lightning fast reflexes, you know, again, you have to remember that a lot of these guys do play on US East, and I think they're playing from their...
Middle tower has fallen.
which obviously you're going to have a little bit better internet as provided by your organization.
I'm sure in this game these guys figure out the dissimulate key too, just because like there's so many things you can dodge. Like you can dodge Duel, you can dodge Grimbug, you can dodge the Tusk Snowball. So it's not like these other games where the enemy spells are like so projected. Like it's a game that has the requirement of basically having your finger on that button constantly. So.
Especially when you're going uphill, right?
Yeah.
You don't have any vision, you're going uphill, so it makes sense that you would play this very, very carefully. But bottom lane, they're trying to make moves on Moo. Again, the call down is thrown down. 9 will follow up with a Tornado EMP. Not wanting to fight this, especially considering they don't have their Legion commander here, so they're not going to be able to purge off silences. And this Gyro feels very large and in charge at this time.
Yeah, he's got a Titan Sliver, so status resist, magic resist, and as well as base damage, and then he's got a Satanic coming soon. He's about 1,500 gold away from a Satanic, so this guy is going to be a monster. I do not see how they kill him. And I also feel like this Evans Halberd pickup on Leo Style is perfect. I'm not sure how they kill him either, barring getting the duel on him when he's kind of isolated somewhere with Ursa hitting, because Ursa has no way of going through that that evasion right now.
But the positioning is just so good. I feel like Matthew is constantly like scout. Oh boy! All right,
Lord.
Yep, they're definitely playing on a team house.
Oh, I got him, dude. That's why Matthew dodged it. He's playing in America right now.
Oh, we found it out. We found out all of it. Look at it.
Tell me, how's he the only one who did DC?
I don't know.
He's in like New York. He's like living in the server room or something like that.
Living.
He is.
Probably not. Probably not.
I believe it. Matthew's a tryhard.
I was gonna say, you know, the way that Matthew's been playing this boy is supremely as close to a scouting role as you can really say, right? Because he's usually the first one to get jumped on at a lot of these ganks. He's able to dissimulate, get himself just completely out of harm's way, and then usually, you know, Frank follows up. Usually either have Frank or you've got, you know, MNZ following in and paying off. It reminds me a little bit of like how people used to play Pudge. Back when Pudge was actually not a dog shit hero, as you said.
Back in the day. Oh.
Back in the day, you know, you'd use Pudge's hook to be able to initiate without hard committing, right?
Yep.
You could throw out a hook. If you catch someone, that's amazing. If you don't, whatever, not a big deal. You blink away, you walk away, nothing really lost. And it feels like the way that Matthew is playing this is just, you know, the way he's dropping the Aether Remnants over onto the high grounds, just to give that little bit of vision in case anybody's waiting there. And then the fact that he's so fast with that Dissimulate, just run away if need be. Or in other cases, you know, you use that Astral Step and just jump forward and allow the rest of the team to just playing very well. It's basically what I'm coming right back down to, but especially with Matthew being that initiator, which you don't necessarily think of Void Spirit as your primary initiator.
Well, you know, back in the non-dog shit days, you could also run around with Pudge and make space like a Void Spirit does. The enemy team goes on you, you kind of do your little taunt. If you have the moving taunt with Pudge, maybe you can do the taunt while standing still if you feel like you're just going to feed and die right there, which does often happen with Pudge. And then you could rot Suicide. So you could kind of psychologically tilt the enemy team by just putting yourself massively out of position. And then, you know, the enemy team say like, go get him. Like, how is he out of position? He's not feeding. And then he'd rot deny. And I feel like Void Spirit's the same. He's just mega out of position. Then he just presses Dissimulate and then Astral Step and he's gone. Are you in Lima? Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I am in Lima.
Yep. Very good Espanol there, dude.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I've played a lot of US East pubs.
Well, hopefully they can get the rest of the team online here. That was a very big disconnect. From what I understand, though, especially in South America, whenever you have working out of like a team house, you do have several lines of internet because important, especially during qualifiers and whatnot. So perhaps they're switching over to the other line, or I don't know.
It's weird that Matthew and MNZ are fine.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Sometimes
again,
certain like computers have an issue connecting to the internet. I had this really strange issue where if I screen shared at the same time as like streaming, or screen shared at the same time as like downloading a Dota replay, my computer's internet would shut off. But I could go play like Minecraft on my Switch on like the internet, or my girlfriend was connected to the internet too. So it was literally like my computer, and then I had to restart the computer in order to get it to work. So it's like almost overloading like the network card on your computer or something along those lines. And sometimes maybe that's happening here. It's like their computers are having issues, not the internet.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about like networking, like beyond the small bit of troubleshooting that I've had to do recently for my own internet connection.
Ditto, man. I mean, all I know is from like gaming. That's all I know.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of research actually, and talk with a couple people that were pretty well versed in it to kind of figure out what was going wrong, because I was worried it was something on my end, but right now it's the internet service provider. That there's just too many people working from home, doing online classes, or hanging out watching Netflix or playing games or what have you. It's just a rough time if you're in an area that they don't have the infrastructure.
I love the fact that there's positives that come from these world events for sure. People are forced to make these like certain realizations, and I feel like there's a lot of boomers out there that are finally realizing the true power of the internet and working from home, and the fact that like you have actual NASCAR drivers playing with gamers, playing like NASCAR games online. I saw Red Eye was playing in a tournament the other day, and he got like 7th or 5th place or something like that in an actual tournament with real NASCAR drivers and some actual like professional, like what is it, Forza or Gran Turismo, some racing. I don't know, something like that. I don't know anything about racing games, but it was some game, and he competed in it with like actual NASCAR drivers. Like, what a time we live in. Like, of course, this just horrendous shit happening, but at least there's some positives that come out of it. Like, I feel like people are really much more like close together now. People are coming together, and in a time that felt like we were so distant from each other.
I think we're definitely living through a historical event, for sure. And a lot of things are going to be changing after this. A lot of people have said, how many people will continue to just work at home, and you don't have to worry about having that office space, because there's no point in,
You save money, you don't have any issues with people coming in, getting the cold, and I mean, obviously, there's much worse things than that these days, but...
Yes.
It's just...
But I mean, at the same time, there is still going to be those businesses that say, okay, but if we're going to be paying you, then we want to make sure that you are working nonstop. Like, we want to get every single drop of productivity out of you.
That's such an old way of thinking, though. That's like a
oh, it is.
That's like an industrial revolution kind of way of thinking, where like you had people in the factories, and like man hours translated directly into productivity. But it's not like that anymore. It's like people need to be creative to be productive now, and you can't be creative if you're busting your balls and just not giving a damn about your job. Like, that's not a good way to make people creative. People hate that.
300 ping. All right, well, they only have 2 minutes left on Thunder Predator, so it looks like Leo Stout's just gonna have to play his way through this.
He is playing Death Prophet, one of the better heroes for the absurdly high pings. So.
That's true.
Not that bad. It's still really bad. Who are we kidding? It's still quite bad.
Well, it's a little bit less terrible if you're playing something like...
Oh yeah, that's
way harder. Way harder, but it's not great. This is just, this is the state of South America right now. Internet is not super fantastic, and it hasn't been, honestly, for ever. I don't think we've ever said, wow, South American internet.
Well, I'm Canadian, so I'm used to having dog shit internet.
Occasionally you're in the Americas here, rather.
Yeah, sometimes. In the day.
Alright, so we do have the Aegis picked up over on the gyrocopter. This guy is like stacked when you look at all of his items.
Yo, God, yeah. He's got a satanic and 500 he's just waiting for it at this point. Tier 3 items as well coming out. 2 minutes.
So has to be careful. The jump forward from Rax immediately, even though the Yules has landed here over on Twist, but it's not going to matter because the follow-up, the TPs, the just rotations coming out, and now Moo. He's got to get out of there. He's BKB'd up, and luckily they don't have enough damage on the side of Thunder Predator, but that's not how you want to use that BKB.
No.
This feels really bad when you have to use it to BKB and TP out. You want to use it for fighting. You don't want to have to use it as your security blanket.
Yeah, definitely. Not not good. I mean, it's just impossible to kill Leo Style right now with the halberd. Like, this is just such good itemization from him, honestly, picking that up. The only people that can kill him in the game and burst him are the people that do purely physical rifle damage. Who's the Silver Edge? I swear to God I saw Silver Edge.
There's a Titan Sliver. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I swear to God I saw the debuff. It must have been maybe Astral Stack.
Well, this Arcane Rune coming in the perfect time here as Leo Style will pop the Exorcism. He's not quite landing these tornadoes to his liking. Drop that remnant. Just in case anybody gets a little too close to MNC, although I don't think he minds if they get a little close. He does have a Satanic, he does have an Aegis. This Ghost just shredding through the buildings now. Just like that. What can you do? What can you do when you're a business associate?
Do business.
They're trying to do business, but they can't find the opening. Okay, looks like they're going to try to make some plays on MNC. The immediate follow-up, though, here from Frank as they take down Moose. But they managed to go and take down the Aegis at the same time. Backlines Knights just get dragged right in. No buyback over here. Now Boo, he's trying to fight his way through here with MNC. As he's trying to finish off here, he'll find that kill. And now the egg popping will stun up Moo. There is no Ursavir joining this fight as Leo Styles just doing something all by himself over on the other side. Moo's getting dragged in by that remnant.
Just the unfortunate
lost their hard hitters.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate with business associates. They don't have a draft that can just play in the late game like this. They have Ursa, they have Legion, they have Invoker, Wasp Wex. So these heroes don't fight, or don't farm, they fight. And so they kind of just make this desperation play going on the gyro, even though they know it's bad, they know it's not going to do anything, because there's kind of nothing they can do to win fights at this point. They can't farm, they can't skill push, none of that's going to work because they don't have the heroes to do that. So either they needed to win the early game or draft it, so to play the late game.
Because we have that Arcane Rune on Leo Style, he just starts right back up again with that Exorcism. Taking the base. Too much, they're gonna try, give it one last hurrah, Moose. Snowballs over here on MNC, they'll get the duel off over on Leo Style. They will actually be able to take him down, so that's a start. But they need to do much more than that, as now MNC, he's still alive and kicking. He's got the BKB, he's got the Satanic. Who is hitting him in the back lines here? But he can just turn around. He goes, he pops the Satanic. He's not actually hitting anyone, though. Has to be careful as the rest of the team, they're forced backwards. They go back in again. There's going to be the snowball over onto MNC, but Stank will be able to get the kill on Fear, and they will be able to take the Ancient on the side of Thunder Predator.
Gyro, big problem that game. They did a really good job rotating out and killing the Death Prophet. I gotta say, there was some good stuff in that game, but unfortunately, it wasn't.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Us.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Each.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Imba spirit.
Here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Dragon Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Oracle.
Good.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Oh. Oh.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Quick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Beastmaster.
What? What?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
What do it?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Riki.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Sure.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Void incarnate.
Yeah.
You may now select your heroes.
Uh,
10 seconds remaining.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining.
This pleases me to no end.
In strength is victory. Bright and breezy. Bright and breezy. Expectations. In strength for a lesson is victory.
What a surprise! What a surprise!
In strength is victory. Bright and breezy. Bright and breezy.
Faith in fate restored.
This pleases me to no end.
Bright and breezy.
A flash of inspiration.
Bright and breezy.
Faith in fate restored.
A flash of inspiration. This reward transcends expectation. Hey! Bright and breezy.
No, it's just unfair.
Yes.
30 seconds to battle.
Sure.
The battle begins.
This pleases me to no end. This pleases me to no end.
Step. Yep.
Step out of your brother's shadow, Ruby. Float away.
Denied. Yep.
This pleases me to no end.
No money for you.
Let death become peace. So it goes.
To restore the void within.
Let's go. Give it. A minor setback. Choices.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Yeah.
This pleases me to no end.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Prepare for a lesson.
This pleases me to no end.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In strength is victory.
This pleases me to no end.
In strength is victory.
This pleases me to no end. You must
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's for me.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
fills me with nothingness.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This pleases me to no end. Serves as balance to the whirlwinds of destruction.
Radiant are scanning.
Bounty.
Keep.
This pleases me to no end.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Death can't find me now.
Oh, that's lovely, please.
Seconds at a time. Yeah. And you see, like, what do you do? Like, you can't call GG if you're associates because they could come back. I mean, there's been crazier games where there's like a comeback, and for Thunder Predator, they feel like, okay, we're in a winning game. It wouldn't be fair for us to, you know, GG out and forfeit this. That would feel kind of bad for both of them.
Yeah.
You know, but it's one of those things where it's just like.
But
Oh,
God.
Now I feel better.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Thunder Predator Team House manager, let's go. Get a second internet connection, get a better internet, get some satellite internet plan, 1,000 ping. You know what? I did play at my dad's house out in the country on satellite internet, and you can get these like router things to connect you to like 3G. Is that it, or is it 4G? I'm so like 4G now. Okay, it was 3G back then. It was like a few years ago. They're doing just the 4G. Yeah, big boomer here. And it wasn't that bad. It was like 80 ping to US East, which it might sound high or low to different people, but for me, it's like I had 30 ping anyway, you know, and I played from Arizona and had 80 ping. So like 80 ping in the country, that's not that bad compared to if I played on like the satellite out there, which was the only other option. It was like 130, 150, something like that. So there are options, but I'm not sure if in Peru the 3G would be good enough to. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. Yeah, that's basically what I was doing. Like I put a SIM card in the router to play, and technically I was paying a phone bill to pay for that. Matthew is a good micro player. You know, I believe in him. Yes, Matthew, you can do it. They don't call you BD Matthew for no reason.
Your name offends
I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm saying. You all know what I'm saying. You've seen Matthew. No, I mean, this is not the way you want your matches to go either. If you're exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's not, you know, it's all about the competition. It's all about winning. Like, I told you, I played 2 matches last night after we casted, and both of them, I had people feeding down mid on the enemy team, and it doesn't feel good, because I wanted to play a couple matches of Dota, but I didn't get to. And it's like free MMR, but I didn't feel like I earned it. Looks like Associates. I feel like it's not in their character to unpause of any of these Associates players. Here we get to see Nina. This is the test for you. Blaze is watching, the god of adminning, and he is judging your every move. Do you remember when I talked about poop for like 1 second in the Discord chat and then Blaze immediately left? He's just like, remind me to, yeah, he's great. He's really cool. Yeah, he's, you know what I like about Blaze? He's a man of principle, okay? I've been reading up, and if anybody out there is interested in a new book, I would greatly recommend Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And he's all about, if you're ever struggling in life, if you're ever having a bad time, there's always a certain principle that you can return to. And I don't mean high school. I mean a principle like, I love Dota 2, something like that. There's always something that you can return to mentally that will give you a vacation, you know, it'll make you feel better. And with Blaze, he's got these principles and he sticks to them. Despite being a nice guy, he's like, this is the way that adminning should be, and he does it, and he doesn't care what the repercussions are because it's the right thing to do. And so Marcus Aurelius, I gotta say, Blaze, he'd be proud. He would be proud. He would be a proud dad. Okay? You remember that. If you ever can't sleep at night, just remember Marcus Aurelius is looking down on you. Yep. If you were his son, he would have loved you, and you wouldn't have poisoned him like Commodus did. Okay, that bastard. Real life history spoilers.
Your name. What a surprise.
Well, that's on the book. Oh, God. Yeah, I was reading this thing about World War II, and I don't want to get spoiled, but I think the villain might end up dying in it, actually. Seems like he's gonna get himself killed somehow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice, nice. Baiting Leo style. Is he's gonna smoke? Is he gonna smoke up, or I think he's gonna smoke? He's got a smoke on MNZ.
I amplify my impact.
If you're business, what do you do right now?
Is under
Like,
attack.
do you? I'm just saying, like, within their character, what do you think they'll do? I feel like they're gonna stall. I don't think they're gonna like smoke and do stuff like this. Dude, look at this. Matthew, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah. No, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, what else? What else is there? And these other heroes just defend the high ground. Brax rolls. Because you know what? If you're business associates and you really truly wanted to like just go end this game, you just run down mid and you just end. But it looks like they're kind of playing it out as if they're kind of like stalling a little bit, which is really commendable of them. I mean, these guys are like. Yeah, I'll be honest with you about people in pubs, because I play a lot of pubs, get muted by a lot of people. I mute a lot of people myself. And I gotta say, nobody on Business Associates is like not an incredibly nice, going back to Blaze, principled kind of person. Like they're all really stand-up dudes. Yeah, for sure. Like I've never. He's chill. He's really chill.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Like.
Dire's
Like,
top tower is under attack.
Like, let me tell you, I can tell you that I've seen people get in big fights with Leo style. I can name so many names in NASA, people that hate each other. Nobody dislikes Moose. You know, nobody dislikes Brax. Like, you'd have to be just out of your mind to not like these guys. They don't say or do anything that's like negative. Other than that one time.
No.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As I say that, I think they're just gonna end. They realize it's like waited enough. Frank is really not pulling his weight this game, though. Like he's just standing over there like AFK. What is he doing? He's not even playing. Like, dude, use your roar. Yeah, I mean, he just like, I guess he's like mad at his team or something because they like didn't praise him enough.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
No, he's doing a good job. This could be like an Archon pub. I don't know. Some Beastmaster going AFK. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. You know the crazy thing is that there's still even a 3K gold lead for the Thunder Predator despite all of this. Fight. Yeah, that does.
I want to die.
I want to die. Oh god, it doesn't feel good to win this way. It really doesn't. I mean, at this point, I guess Matthew's just kind of stalling because maybe they will come back, and Business is kind of just like, all right, let's go to the next game. Let's see if maybe they can wait the maximum amount of like time before the game at the internet, and then they can maybe win game 3 for Thunder Predator. Excuse me.
is
No, they're kind of chilling. And slowly but surely. Matthew's completely AFK. Matthew's not microwaving the board, but Matthew goes in, uses the launch fire spear. Matthew grouping up. Looks like that Matthew might be going for a smoke with Matthew and Matthew and Matthew. These fire spears coming in. I mean, I feel like Matthew played this game really well, and Matthew just really let his team down. Like, you can't really play like this in a game where you have somebody who farms as much as Matthew and think that you can run around and fight with these other heroes, you know, on Matthew, and Matthew. Like, you have to kind of chill and let Matthew get farmed.
Is under attack.
They're playing way too aggressive.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Which one? Oh, yes, of course.
I want to die.
Yeah. Vault 69
Radiant's
for
top
Matthew.
tower is under attack.
Vault 420. It's the day.
In strength is victory.
Did you ever pull?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, if Matthew can't fix this,